keeping their identity, building a personality. I'm sorry, I'm just really struggling right now. Okay. What is happening? Let me pause my video for personality, and now my tripod is falling again. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Hello. This is my third time starting this video because it's windy and the ground is not flat, and my tripod was falling over, and it just disturbed the whole rhythm of things and stuff. So what I want to talk about today is this new transit that we're going to go through. That is Mars and Ketu coming together in the sign of Leo. And there's a lot of fire going on. Leo is a fire sign ruled by a fire sign. Ketu and Mars, they're both fiery. And Ketu's fire is very different than any other fiery planet. Like, it's cold and cutting, but it's still hot and it still burns. So it's special, and it's really interesting to think about it, how it might go for all of us. It'll be from June 7th till like the end of July. I don't know the exact date, but yeah. So right now, Ketu is already in Leo, and Aquarius has Rahu has Aquarius, or Aquarius has Rahu. So that has already happened like a few days ago, and in a few days, 7-8 days to be exact, on June 7th, Mars is going to come there. So Mars was debilitated all this time from 2 months in Cancer, and now Mars is going to come in Leo finally. But at the same time, she will be greeted by Ketu, and I don't know how it's going to be. Mars and Ketu, they both have a lot of similarities, but their differences are so much that those similarities don't matter most times. So let's talk about Ketu, and then I'll talk about Mars, and then Leo, and how might happen. So, like, how when they all come together, how it might go. So Ketu is this, astronomically, it's not an actual planet. If you guys don't already know, it's the south node of the moon. So moon has two sides, north and south nodes, and they're considered to be planets, these eclipse coded shadow planets in Vedic astrology. And Ketu is this super introverted, super repressed, super mystical planet. The planet it rules over, low-key, is Scorpio and Pisces. And they're both, and the 8th house and the 12th house connecting to these two signs. They're both like very mystical, spiritual, kind of connecting to death and old age. So it's a very magical planet connecting to all the occult sciences like witchcraft, tantra, astrology, all those things. And if you have a lot of Ketu in your chart and you don't have any interest over any of these things, then maybe conspiracy theories, or maybe you're super into research, because this planet disconnects you from your surrounding, and once you go into isolation, it isolates you. So once that happens, you can fully be yourself and deeply know about something. So that's why it's a really great thing for mystical arts, because like you have to be in isolation, you have to change your perspective to understand these things. Also for research, so if you want to be a researcher about anything, Ketu is really slay for that. Okay, so that's Ketu. It's also supposed to give you moksha or free you from all the worldly materialistic things. That's why it's a dark planet, because, well, we're humans. We don't want to be freed from these things because, well, it's a world and we're living in it. So that's Ketu in a summary. Then let's talk about Mars. So Mars is again another fiery planet. It's the very obvious. It's like the fiery planet. It rules over the signs of Aries and Scorpio, and it's about actions. It's about repressed feelings, angers, intense feelings. So most intense feelings, sadly, in this day and age, are repressed. So that's why I said repressed. It's about like Mars is this soldier or army general person who fights, who defends, who takes the actions. So that's Mars. It's also connected to this protective nature of mothers or just every person. When you love someone so much that you're ready to fight and defend that person. So that energy, that protective energy, that motherly energy we all have inside, that's Mars. It also is connected to the properties and the land. So like the properties a person own, the land, the land of this planet Earth. Uh, so that's Mars. Now both of these planets are coming in the sign of Leo. Let's talk about Leo. Leo is ruled by Sun, another fiery planet, and it's a little different than other fiery signs like Sagittarius or Aries, because it's a little subtle, it's a little regal, it's really concerned about how people perceive them, but not because they want to adjust according to other people, but because they want to be seen, they want to be validated, they want to be celebrated for who they are. So this person, especially if you have Leo moon, you will need a lot of appreciation and validation and acknowledgement from the people in your life. If you have Leo sun, maybe your outer personality it just has this flair, this amazing personality that you cannot go unnoticed. Or at least if you want to, you can get that attention. These people are great at performing arts. These people are really great at leading groups and people. The sign is connected with politicians, leaders, celebrities, royalty, artists, connecting to the fifth house, which is about love and the amorous nature of people and hobbies. So that's how they come out. They're really playful, they love their hobbies, they make everything fun, they make everything zhuzh. So that's Leo, but they're still intense, they're still a fiery sign. So it's not going to be they're doing everything for just fun. They can have their own agenda. It can be good or bad or just like a neutral thing. Depends on your placement, your planet, your degrees, your nakshatra, whatever. So that's all these things separately. Now let's think about what it means to have what it means to have Ketu and Mars come together. So I think it was KRS. I call him KRS. His name is Kapil. He has a channel. He has tons of videos. They're great. You should go watch them. So I think in one of his videos, I'm not sure, but he said this thing that Mars is this army general or a soldier, and Ketu is a retired army general. So he has a lot of experience. Ketu, she's super old, has a lot of experience. Ketu is retired, but they can still fight, they can still strategize, and again, they do rule over the signs like Scorpio, which is again being secretive and strategizing and executing your revenge without other people knowing, and Pisces, which is the sign of guru, teacher. So they can be like really, Ketu is like a strategic, secretive, occulty, mystical planet. And when it comes with Mars, it's going to get, I think, for me personally, it's like Mars getting help from someone who's much more experienced in this art of fighting and defending. So this could be one of the probabilities that Ketu is going to help Mars, because Mars is always about taking actions, but maybe Ketu is going to come there and tell Mars like, okay, the actions you're taking, are they for the highest good? Are these actions for your highest good? And how Ketu does it, it's not going to be very Saturn like. It's going to be like, maybe Ketu just gives you so much confusion, so much distance, and isolation from other people, that you first get agitated. So you're just going to take a lot of actions that are not true to you, and you'll make a lot of mistakes, and then you'll understand your mistakes. You'll understand that the actions you took were not worth it. So finally you can isolate yourself, you can think about it, you can basically become a Capricorn Mars kind of a person. So you only take actions when you need them. This can also give an inability to take action, because you think so much about it. Is it for the highest good of all? What's going to happen? What if I take this action and that leads to another thing? Then I might have to take another action, and that might end up being bad. So like a lot of overthinking, and you just end up not taking any actions at all. It can also make you feel super lazy and super impulsive, like you don't want to do anything, and then all of a sudden you want to do something, and then you do it. You don't even think about it. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you're like, oh my god, why did I do that? Why did I shave my head? Why did I break my phone cover? Now my phone is going to get hurt. So things like that. Now that these both planets are in Leo, the sign of Leo, I think it's going to help us realize the parts of our personality, the parts of ourselves that we show to others that do not serve us anymore. So let's say if you, deep inside, you are a really carefree person, you enjoy all the things in your life, you enjoy food, you enjoy luxury, but maybe you grew up in surroundings where you had to act really smart, act really mature, act like a prudent person, but you're deep inside, deep down, you're a hedonistic person. You just want to have fun all the time. So maybe Ketu will come with Mars, and it will force you to take actions. Like you want to be like, Ketu and Mars will be like, okay, you want to be a prudent person even though it's not true to yourself. Okay, go be a prude. So then you will take actions that are not true to you, and then those actions will pile up, and you will be like, oh my god, I'm disgusted by my actions. I don't like it. I'm not going to take these actions anymore. The actions I want to take those actions. So maybe you'll start being more fun, and maybe you won't care about what people think of you. So yes, this could be one of those things that you will not care about what people think of you, but again, it can be nuanced based on every other person's chart. So maybe it can be like really chaotic and transformative, where you do something that people hate it, but it's giving you a lot of satisfaction. But at the same time, your friends and family, they're not really happy about it, and there are arguments everywhere. So like chaotic, transformative. Or maybe if it's if your chart your chart allows it, then maybe you just watch a movie that really forces you to think about how you act and what actions you take, how you lead people. Then you'll just start to take more thoughtful actions instead of just doing things that you have been doing because you're on this weird autopilot, maybe. Another thing, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, if you're a leader of any kind, a manager of any kind, it's going to force you to think. You might make a lot of mistakes, so that those mistakes force you to think. Because Ketu, it does not have a head, according to mythology or the stories or religion. Ketu does not have a head, does not have a brain. So she doesn't really think when she does something. She just do it because that's what she wants. That's what Ketu's heart says. So you will make a lot of thoughtless mistakes. You will feel like, oh my God, I was not thinking when I did that at all. That was not very smart of me. That was not very me of me, So maybe uh, those things might happen. Ketu is also our natural instincts, our gut feeling, our natural abilities, and everything we have repressed inside ourselves. So maybe our subconscious will take over more than we want to, more than we will want it to take over ourselves. Like impulsive shoppings. We don't want to do it, but we did it. We bought this piece of clothing, and now we might have to cut back on groceries. Mistakes like those. Uh, so again, like Ketu controlling your actions, which is Mars, and that happening and that affecting our personality and how people see us, our identity as well. Especially if you have Leo in your first house, then something transformative might happen. It could be about your identity, it could be about how you look, how you perform, how people think about you. Maybe like you'll change your hair and you come from a super conservative family, and people will be like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? They will freak out. And something like that. Maybe you'll get piercings and then you'll regret it, or something even intenser or bigger than that. I don't know how to come up with uh, proper examples, but I hope you guys are getting it. Uh, let's say that it's in your third house, like you have Leo in your third house. That means there could be a lot of arguments and fights with your siblings and close friends. Maybe one of your siblings is going through something transformative, something like that is going to be like a metamorphosis for them, but you will have a role to play. If it's in your fifth house, then something similar might go with your kids, or with your relationship with your kids and your subordinates and the people you look after. If it's in your 10th house, then the same thing with career. A lot of rash decisions, and these rash decisions can also be beneficial if your chart allows it. That is, like you took a rash decision to quit your job and apply for this another job, and you end up loving it, and you end up enjoying it so much, or maybe it pays really well, but when you think about it, it was like a rash decision. If you had put some thought into it, you would have never taken up this new opportunity or job. So I just by this video cannot tell you like don't make rash decisions or take rash decisions, but this transit is here, so let it do what she's here to do, and you do what you do. And if you make a mistake, you'll learn from it. If you do something great, you'll earn from it. And that's a poem. That's a poem. Okay, so what it might mean for like the world collectively, maybe like politicians making really big mistakes, making blunders, politicians finally revealing something about themselves that they have been hiding. It doesn't have to be just politicians, but even royalties, celebrities. Uh, a lot of celebrities, maybe they have been in their flop era, but all of a sudden you'll hear about them. They did something crazy, they did something amazing, they did something fucked up, something like that could be it. And it could also mean that right now, let's say some major world leader is conspiring about something or planning to do something, and uh, in like 6 months or a year they'll tell us like, okay, when Mars and Ketu were conjunct in Leo, they did something, they did this thing which now the world is going to find out about. So that could be it politically. Again, there could be angers and rash decisions, but I don't want to go too much into that because it's already happening. It's heartbreaking, but it's happening no matter what the transit is somehow. So yeah. And I think that's it. It's not like a super long transit, so whatever it's going to do, it's going to do really quickly and in an intense way, because it's not like a Saturn, Uranus, Neptune kind of a transit where things take place day by day and it collects over time, and then we can see the effect it had on us. But these going to be abrupt and quick and fast and intense things that might happen in these 2 months. So yeah, let's hope it's super fun. And of course, whenever Ketu is there in the picture, it gives you a lot of good potential to progress in your special interests, your hyperfixation kind of interests, and spirituality, so occult, whatever. So if you want to be like, if you want to go off the grid and just chill with yourself and learn and work on yourself, it's a great time. Those uh, people who are like, okay, I'm just not going to be on social media anymore, and then five months later they're like, look at my new body, guys, I'm so much hotter and I have this new album coming out. So it could be a good time to do something like that, but you don't have to. It just, I think we have to be mindful, but not mindful like in an overthinky way. Just try to be true to yourself. Try to do things that your truest self would do, your inner child would want to do. Maybe have a sense of harmony. Try to build a sense of harmony with your inner self, with your subconscious. Don't be like Helly R and Helene from, I don't know that company, but don't be like those two different people. Like, okay, whether like the subconscious wants to kill the other super conscious part of you, and your super conscious part wants to kill your subconscious part. Your inner child wants to kill your adult self, and your adult self wants to kill your inner child, whatever. So don't be that. Try to harmonize, try to talk with these different parts of yourself. Now I'm being a little psychological here, but you could totally do it if you are in therapy. It's a great time to work on yourself through therapy, by knowing more about yourself, by making realizations and discoveries about your nature, that specific nature that you cannot control. So that. And the tarot card, which I'm reminded of right now, is the Strength card. And the whole message of that tarot card is that you cannot be a victor when it comes to your inner demons and your inner beast, your inner animal. You have to befriend, instead of taming that inner beast, you have to befriend that beast. And you have to be friends with that. You have to have harmony. And that's true strength. You're not actually courageous or brave or strong if you're repressing people, if you are um, showcasing your strength by making others feel small. The true strength is to treat everyone equally and find harmony in life. That's true strength. That's a real challenge. So if you want to give a task to your Mars, give this task to your Mars. Let's try to find harmony. Let's try to maintain harmony. Let's try to be a person who treats everyone equally. Let's not be so egoistical about everything. Let's not be like, okay, this is good, this is bad, this person is smaller than me or poorer than me, or okay, I'm so much more poorer than that other person. Like, I don't want to be like too about this, but I think I'm just gonna be too woo-woo about it because that's my truest self. So that is it. I hope it was fun. I hope you guys like it. I want to thank all of the people who watch it, all of my friends who watch my videos and give me feedbacks and say good things about it. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to go. Ta-ta.